Hey, middle school, period 7, elective wheel. I thought we would do some Zentangles today, and some of you may have done them in the past, but it's something I haven't done in a while, so I thought, oh, let's all get back on board with Zentangles. It's a great thing to do today, so that's what we're in for. Okay guys, here's what we need to do a little Zentangle work, which is going to be good for our brains and for chilling out and getting into some repetitive designs and doodles here. So that was a Zentangle you just saw, and I'm showing you the materials. All you need is paper and a pencil and a pen. But look, I'm using a butter box. I just really like the way that butter box feels. It reminds me of cardstock, and you know we all like to use cardstock in the art room. You know, it's that paper I always tell you to go get. Oh, it's the squirrel paper because it has all those squirrels on the packaging. Anyway, so I just really like the way the butter box felt, so I just went ahead and used it. You just need like a little square of paper. I wouldn't even really make the square much bigger than your hand, you know, a little 5x5 square or 4x4 square. You don't want to give yourself too much room to have to do your designs. And I don't know, little things are cute. I think you're going to like it if it's little. So kind of stick to less is more right now for this project. All right, so there's my butter box all set up, my paper that I'm going to be using. I've got a pencil and a pen. I mean, any pen will do. First thing I'm going to do is create a frame for myself. And this is the only time I'm going to use this pencil is for the beginning. And I'm creating a little border here. Just drawing a border, you can see. Now I'm going to divide it up into little sections, and I can divide it any way I want. Here's a little curve, here's another little curve, here's a straight line, go straight across. There you go. Now I have a bunch of sections within my frame. And now I'm going to start designing. You're going to consider those pencil lines as fences, and every time you hit a pencil line you sort of want to stop short, like don't go past a pencil line. And I am making noodles first. This is kind of my favorite one. It's like disappearing noodles, or overlapping noodles I should say. And I'm just drawing a line every time I bump into one section or one line that I already did. I sort of go behind it, and as you can see I'm building up lots of little noodles, and they're all getting placed behind one another. So for this particular doodle design, you're going to color in all the negative spaces. So just take your pen and color in wherever the noodles aren't. And for those of you in 7th and 8th grade, we have done a couple of projects now with negative space, so that's what you're looking for, the negative space. Color where the noodles aren't, and it's just going to make it look pretty cool. Okay, my next doodle design is just as simple as lines and polka dots. So what you see me doing here is drawing a lot of lines. Sometimes I make the line wavy just for fun, sometimes I make the line straight, and then I'm going to put alternating polka dots on each line, and I'm going to speed this up and show you at the end what it looks like. It's pretty self-explanatory. This next pattern is going to start with a checkerboard. You can make your checkerboard start out like perfectly straight and all the way, you know, perfectly straight across and up and down, but I like to do mine as a little bit of a curve in the mix, so you'll see when I draw my checkerboard I have a little bit of a curve. So there's the checkerboard going one direction, and then it goes the other direction. Okay, so the design I'm going to do now is kind of one of my favorites. I'm going to do this sort of like jump and jump and jump and jump across the checkerboard. And I'm going to do that on the tops and bottoms of each line, and then eat the left and right side of each lines that go up and down. You'll see what I mean. Again, I'm just going to speed this up so I can get to the end, but if you watch what I'm doing with my pen, I'm sort of just jumping along. It's almost like playing a little game of leapfrog on all the checkerboard lines, going across, and then I'm going to do the same going up and down. All right, let's do another checkerboard just for fun and see how we could use the same beginning of a pattern but change it up completely. So I'm just going to pick another section here, any section I want. It doesn't even matter what direction I'm holding my paper. All right, so starting again with a checkerboard. These are my one set of lines and my other set of lines. Okay, I'm going to put a circle in the middle of every single space on the checkerboard I just made in that section. And then I'll kind of skip ahead here while you're watching me draw these circles. What I'm going to do is I'm going to treat it like a checkerboard, and in a checkerboard pattern on one set of the pattern I'm going to color in every single circle, just the circle. Then on the alternating patterns I'm going to color in just the backgrounds and leave the circles white. And you'll see what I mean when the pattern is complete. Okay, so now I'm ready to do another section. It looks like I have 3 sections left. For this part of my Zen Doodle design, I'm just going to start with polka dots. And I like starting with these simple things. I mean, I love that less is more, and then sometimes less is more turns into this really elaborate design. Okay, so what I've done is I've started with lots of little polka dots, and then I'm just going to put circles around each polka dot. Just drawing a circle around each little dot to get started, and then I'm just going to keep adding more circles around each dot, around each circle, and as I bump into other circles that I've already drawn, I'll just stop, or I outline them. I just see where my pen takes me. Okay, are you ready for some fish scales? We're going to do a little fish scale design next. I was trying to decide which area I wanted in. And again, with this jumping pattern, I'm just making these little curving, jumping arches. One right on top of the other, and they sort of build upon each other. In the middle of each curve is where you start the next one for the next row, and it turns out looking like fish scales. It's hard to see right now, but I'll show it to you when I'm done and you'll get the idea. Check it out, a little easy peasy double fish scale. Okay, so ready for the last section, and I'm going to give myself a break here. I am just going to outline this section as a triangle, and then I'm just going to make myself a little maze. I'm just going to go around, and every time I get near one of the lines I already drew, I'm just going to turn the corner and go the other direction. Super simple way to finish it out. Why not? I ended up with this tiny little spot in the middle, and now I'm done. Nice job, guys. All right, here is our finished Zentangle design. And listen, if you get into this and you really like it and you think it's kind of helps you lose track of time and you just really want to do more, you should look up Zentangle designs anywhere. You can look on Google Images, you can look on Pinterest, You can look on Instagram, and I am also in our Google Classroom. I have attached a PDF with a bunch of Zentangle designs to get you started. So for this lesson, I pretty much just want you to do one for me, like a little 4-inch or 5-inch one, and upload it to Google Classroom. But maybe you love this and you just want to keep going with it, and I think that sounds like fun. All right, thanks guys.